I know how frustrating it is for many of you to see how poorly it has done since 2017, especially when you compare it to the rest of the cryptocurrency market. But this disappointment might be the good thing we've been looking for all along. The trend we've seen since 2017 is very similar to the one we saw before the big jump in 2017, which could mean that XRP will do the same thing again. It's normal to be skeptical. Most of the feedback we got was doubt, not believing that a big shift is possible because of past failures. But it's important to note that this has happened previously in history, most notably in 2017 following a long preparation time of over 1,300 days. Hey, Money Side family! Welcome back to your favorite place to get the newest news about XRP. Before we get into today's fantastic news, I need to ask you for a short request. Please help us out if you like what we do. Hit that like button hard. Too. Join our great community, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications. And here's some good news. As we get closer to 60,000 subscribers, we're getting ready for an amazing XRP giveaway. It's quite easy to take part. All you have to do is follow these 3 steps. Keep an eye out for more information, and don't miss out. Also, make sure to include a hashtag MoneySide in your comments to be eligible for the giveaway. A lot of people might not know, XRP is one of the first cryptocurrencies, though. After Bitcoin came out in 2013, from 2013 to 2017, it went through a lot of changes before it broke out. This historical trend is very similar to where we are now, with little volatility, which means that history could repeat itself. Even if the move isn't as big, it's still reasonable to predict a big price objective. Like $1.16 for XRP, doubt-based. On the lack of immediate outcomes, misses the point of market cycles and technical formations. I get how tired you are of hearing stories that are based on speculation without any real proof. But we're more interested in the technical groundwork that has been laid since 2017, which points to a big change coming. I have investments in more than just XRP, but I still have some exposure to it because I believe we're on the verge of a repetition of history. This conversation is meant to provide light on the changing dynamics, focusing on the possibility of big changes based on analytical observations rather than just guesswork. Our excitement in XRP is based on its chart patterns, but we should also note the smart analysis of our respected colleague, Mr. Francis Hunt, who is also known as the market sniper and crypto sniper. Our $1.16 price target estimate is based on his thorough explanation of XRP's structure and what it means. This study shows that XRP is likely to go up a lot. But it's crucial to point out that there are also basic reasons why we think things will get better. Even though they aren't our main emphasis, we can't stress enough how much potential XRP has in the changing global remittance and currency markets. We're about to enter a new age in global banking, and XRP is a great fit for a big role in the change to a currency FX monetary system. Before we go into the nitty-gritty of the technical analysis, let's talk about why XRP was made not long after Bitcoin and what it does in the financial world. The main goal of XRP's architecture is to use a global ledger to make it easier to trade assets as well as money. As we get closer to a future when assets are commonly digitized and tokenized, the usefulness of the XRP token becomes further clearer. People who don't like XRP often ask why it's needed in the foreign exchange FX market, especially for big transactions. For instance, changing a lot of yen into dollars usually means that the two currencies have to be worth the same amount, which ties up a lot of liquidity. XRP gets away of this need by acting as a bridge token, which lets you move money across currencies almost instantly without having to lock up liquidity. This feature is a huge step forward in making worldwide FX transactions easier and more efficient. XRP has the power to alter the foreign exchange FX market in a big way. Bringing in a new era of efficiency and liquidity, there is no doubt that the XRP coin is necessary, especially when you think about how big the FX market is. The FX market was worth an incredible $2.40 quadrillion in 2020. It's making it one of the biggest and most liquid markets in the world, second only to derivatives. In 2022, the FX market's daily trading volume is got to $7.5 trillion. Thinking about how XRP and Ripple could help with a lot of worldwide remittance transactions shows how much they could grow and be used. There are only 100 billion XRP tokens available, and 54 billion of them are now in circulation. This has big consequences for the value of XRP, a market valuation of $864 billion means that XRP should cost $1.16. This price is not too high, since Bitcoin's market size has already gone over $1 trillion, showing that these kinds of appraisals can work for cryptocurrencies. The way XRP could change the way people send money across borders is simple, yet revolutionary. If you use XRP in a transaction, you can easily and quickly change dollars into XRP and then euros or any other currency. This approach would require a lot of transactions to go through XRP, which might make its value go up a lot. The constant buying and selling that happens in this process might raise XRP's market value to unprecedented heights, making the $1.16 price target not only possible. However, it might be a low estimate because of the huge amounts of money that change hands every day in the FX market. So, the main things that might make XRP valuable go beyond just looking at technical charts. One of the most important things is the big role it could play in the global financial system. XRP's technical setup and its fundamental use in changing the FX market make a strong argument for its future growth and use. The possible rise in XRP's value could first show up as a spike. With its adoption or use depending on a number of speculative factors, it is really important to stress that we are wary about XRP. We see its potential, but it doesn't make up most of our investing portfolio because it has the potential to have a big effect on the changing global financial landscape. We recommend that you think of it as a speculative part of your investing strategy. The fact that XRP's adoption in the foreign exchange market is still up in the air shows how risky this venture is. Ripple already has agreements with some of the world's biggest institutions, which suggests that it might make a big impact on the industry. If XRP were to take even a little part of the FX market, let alone a large part, its value may go up. A huge increase, similar to what technical analysis predicted would happen. This potential isn't just based on technical signs. It's also based on XRP's strategic position to change how money is sent around the world. Our increased interest in XRP now, as opposed to in the past, is due to patterns and events that imply it might behave like it did in the past. We want to go over shallow objections that ignore XRP's potential only on how it is done in the past. A lot of the time, this kind of doubt ignores the strategic and patient way that institutions invest, which is different from the more reactive way that regular investors do. To really grasp XRP's potential, you need to look at it from this more nuanced angle in the context of how the market works and how technology is